Happy holidays and welcome to Legal Matters with the Crosby Law Firm and WIFR. I'm Mike Garrigan with 23 News, and our guest is attorney Michael Crosby with the Crosby Law Firm. Legal Matters is an informational and news call-in show devoted to legal topics of interest to state line viewers throughout Northern Illinois and Southern Wisconsin. We have attorneys standing by right now to take your call at the number on your screen. They'll provide you with free information regarding your issue. So call now and throughout the next hour. Our opening statement tonight concerns those who may be thinking of starting up a new business and also discussing new laws that will go into effect in 2014. There are several new pieces of legislation that may affect you, so stay tuned to learn more about those important facts. Before we get started tonight, I'd like to remind our viewers of the practice areas the Crosby Law Firm concentrates in. The Crosby Law Firm has a Center for Divorce and Family Law, an Auto Accident and Injury Department, a Bankruptcy Institute, an Office for DUI, Traffic and Criminal Defense, an Advanced Care Plan and Probate Center, and a Division for Real Estate and Business Matters. So please feel free to call tonight and discuss any of these practice areas with attorneys standing by. Now on to tonight's topic, where we welcome attorney Michael Crosby. Thanks for coming, and Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas, Mike. I want to take a moment to thank you and wish you and all of our viewers a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. As we celebrate the holidays this year, I think it's important to take time to pause and remember the true meaning of Christmas, the celebration of the birth of Christ, spending time with family and helping those in need. Let's all remember it's better to give than to receive. Accordingly, I would encourage all of our viewers to take a few moments, stop by that Salvation Army bell ringer or the Rockford Rescue Mission and make a contribution for those in need.
I already feel a festive spirit in the state line right now. I do understand you also have something special for this episode.
Well, we do. At the end of tonight's episode, kind of a teaser here, we've put together a video Christmas greeting for all of those in the state line area. It's our way of wishing from the Crosby Law Firm to the viewers out there a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And so I hope all of you stay tuned to the close of tonight's show, where we'll have a chance to run through that.
Very much look forward to that piece of video too. Yeah, I feel festive already. And Christmas time should be a time of joy.
Absolutely.
You know, a family, but far too often it seems to be a time of stress. What do you do at the Crosby Law Firm around the holidays to help people maybe cope with the stress better at this time of year?
Mike, we've been doing this, as I've mentioned before, for over 33 years. And I've seen with our clients over the years, there's a tendency around the Christmas holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, to kind of procrastinate. Put off today what can be done tomorrow. And in so many times, when you put off today what can be done tomorrow, it increases the stress, increases the anxiety. So I want to encourage the viewers this time of the year particularly. We have lawyers standing by tonight. We're open every day between now and New Year's except Christmas Day, and we're there to help. And so please pick up the phone, give us a call. We'll do our level best to try to help you, the viewers, reduce your stress level and hopefully have a good Christmas and a happy holiday. It's a time when we can help you problem solve, so when you leave our office, you can say to yourself, I've got the problem under control, I can focus on family, I can focus on the holidays and enjoy myself.
Okay.
So I would encourage people not to procrastinate, not to put it off until later. We're there to help, and I think if we jump on it now, whether it be a financial issue, a family issue, a criminal matter, a real estate matter, a probate matter, we're there to be of assistance, and please feel free to give us a call.
Okay, that is comforting for sure. And just a reminder, the Crosby Law Firm has attorneys standing by right now to take your call and provide you with free information regarding what issue you may have. And again, it covers Northern Illinois and Southern Wisconsin. When we come back, we'll discuss starting up a new business and also laws going into effect in 2014. Stay with us. Welcome back to Legal Matters with the Crosby Law Firm, and Michael Crosby has joined us once again. And before the break, you encouraged our viewers to donate to causes like Salvation Army, Rockford Rescue Mission, or any way that you feel the need to give back to the community. I know at the Crosby Law Firm, you give back to those less fortunate as well. How do you do that?
Thanks, Mike, for asking. A number of years ago, our law firm began a partnership with a Christian-based not-for-profit organization in town called Love Inc. And there are a number of clients that will visit our office that are less fortunate than you and I, and may be unable to procure the funds to pay for the legal fees and the expenses related to whatever their case might be. In our profession, we refer to it as pro bono work. It's a nice way of saying giving back to the community, giving back to individuals. So there are occasions, particularly this time of the year, where we will actually represent people without a fee, free of charge. So I would encourage the viewers out there, if there are some that are watching tonight's show that have some serious issues and are not fortunate enough to have the financial means to retain counsel, to please give us a call. Come in and visit with us. And if you qualify through the Love Inc. program, we'll be happy to represent those folks at no charge. Do that every Christmas as our way of giving back to the community, going the extra mile.
Yeah, it's great to know about that because I think a lot of people are unaware of that kind of situation, and it could help a lot of people out there.
It does.
And as we wrap up 2013 and move towards 2014, I know there's a lot of changes in the law. Is there any particular area of law you'd like to discuss tonight?
Yeah, as I prepared for tonight's episode, Mike, it occurs to me that most of us live on a calendar basis, January 1st to December 31st, fresh start, new year, New Year's resolutions. So over the years that we've been practicing law, we've represented a number of people who decide to start up a new business, entrepreneurial spirit, end the year, begin a new company. So I thought it would be appropriate tonight to chat a little bit about those folks when they see our economy slowly but surely turning around the Rockford area, who are contemplating entering into the business community on their own, self-employed. So it's important to know that when you decide that you want to venture forth into a business, you need to cross your T's, dot your I's, retain legal counsel to assist you. Make some decisions as to whether you should be a corporation, a sole proprietorship, a partnership. If you're incorporated, should you pursue a limited liability corporation, commonly known as an LLC, or a sub-S corporation, or a C corporation. Lawyers are involved, accountants are involved, insurance companies are involved. There's a whole lot to the team approach to make sure that your business idea gets off the ground and is successful. So for those that are contemplating a new business, I'd strongly encourage them to pick up the phone, give us a call tonight, and we'll be of help to you in helping you start your new business and live the American dream. It's so important, and don't underestimate the importance of having good counsel at your elbow as you go through this process.
And it's important through the whole process, right? Not just once you got the business on the ground, but as you're actually an individual looking to start up a business, to contact you. Absolutely.
Once we help a client get their business off the ground, develop banking relationships, accounting relationships with their insurance company, we hope that business succeeds. One of the ways that we assist our clients on an ongoing basis, and we've done it for the last 33 years, is we're continually there with them for new purchase orders, new marketing strategies, new financing strategies. It's an ongoing partnership, ongoing relationship that we have with those clients.
Important things to know so you don't get burned while you're trying to create your dream.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about January 1st of 2014. A lot of new laws are going into effect. Can you share with us some that we should be aware about?
Again, it's kind of our way of doing things in our society. Our General Assembly passes legislation that typically takes effect at the beginning of the new calendar year. And so lots of folks out there, and we're going to talk about this some more, I think, in our January segment.
Okay.
But for tonight's show, I thought I would just share a couple of things that are coming up on January 1st. And I also want to share one that took place a year or two ago on January 1st that affects a lot of people in the state line area. And that one was the transfer on death instruments. There's a mechanism in place. General Assembly passed legislation, put it into effect January 1st, 2012, that enables folks to transfer their ownership of their home to the next generation without worrying about it going through a will and all the probate process. We do a lot of advanced care planning, a lot of estate planning in our office for a lot of clients. And this transfer on death instrument that just recently went into effect less than 2 years ago now, very important piece of legislation, very important to the average consumer, our clients out there. So anybody has any questions about how to transfer home ownership to the next generation without it being probated, please pick up the phone, give us a call. We'll be happy to help out. Okay. More particularly, 2014, January 1st, some major pieces of legislation that all of us that drive should be aware of. Two new particular pieces of legislation regarding electronic devices, cell phones, calling and talking on the phone, not just cell phones, iPads, laptop computers, the ramifications for driving in school areas and construction areas and in general, just driving basically, where you have to have hands-free devices. So new legislation that can lead to citations, a lot of expense, and loss of licenses, loss of driving privileges if you don't have these things in place.
And again, we'll get more into that in January,
Absolutely.
most likely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you have any questions, again, call right now. The Crosby Law Firm has associates standing by to answer your legal questions. But coming up next, we will talk with John Hansen from the American Law Firm. He will answer some most frequently asked questions over a wide array of legal topics. Stay with us.
From the Crosby Law Firm family
and the American Law Firm family,
we wish you and your family a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
we want to thank you for watching our Christmas edition of Legal Matters.
Our law practice in particular, and the legal profession in general, is a calling and not merely a job. But we are dedicated to helping you problem solve in a cost-effective, professional, and compassionate manner. The Christmas season is supposed to be a time of joy for family and friends. So let us help you resolve your issues and bring peace to you and your family during the holidays.
Now, we have some of the best and brightest attorneys throughout this northern Illinois and southern Wisconsin area standing by right now to take your calls. So please pick up the phone, give us a call at the number on your screen.
And now, please take a moment to enjoy our Christmas greeting to you and to your family.
It's called One Solitary Life, and it's written by Dr. James Allen Francis.
He was born in an obscure village, the child of a peasant woman. He grew up in still another village, where he worked in a carpenter shop until he was 30. Then for 3 years he was an itinerant preacher. He never wrote a book, he never held an office, he never had a family or owned a house. He didn't go to college, he never visited the big city. He never traveled more than 200 miles from the place he was born. He did none of the things one usually associates with greatness. He had no credentials but himself. He was only 33 years old when the tide of public opinion turned against him. His friends ran away from him, and he was turned over to his enemies and went through the mockery of a trial. He was nailed to a cross between two thieves. While he was dying, his executioners gambled for his clothing. When he was dead, he was laid in a borrowed grave through the pity of a friend. 20 centuries have come and gone, and today he is the central figure of the human race, the leader of mankind's progress. All the armies that ever marched, all the navies that ever sailed, all the parliaments that ever sat, all the kings that ever reigned, put together, have not affected the life of man on earth as much as that one solitary life. And although hundreds of years have passed, we still celebrate the birth of that baby from Bethlehem, and the wonderful happiness of that first Christmas still lives in our hearts.
We hope you enjoyed these profound and inspirational words concerning the birth of Christ and his time on earth. So once again,
Merry Christmas.